morning. I'd first like to say I don't know if I've ever been through two back-to-back games that have ended the way they have, and I've coached 38 years. It's great to be 2-0.
Recording in progress.
Okay. I guess it's great to be 2-0. We knew going into the ball game that Northern Illinois was a much improved football team from the previous year. You know, their win over Georgia Tech was very impressive, and what we encountered was a football team that has got really good ability. Coach Hammock's done a nice job with those guys. There's a belief that they can win, and we went into the game saying that we needed to change some things. We needed to start faster. We needed to establish the tailback running game. We needed to continue to be explosive on defense as far as creating some takeaways, and I think we met those things. You know, Chad Muma has been playing great football, and he scored on an interception for a touchdown, so we were pleased with that. Thought we started fast with great energy on defense. Offensively, we really started the game out really well, mixing the run and the pass. I thought we really came off the football with our offensive line and established some great lines of scrimmage, and the running backs hit the holes well, and I thought Sean and the receivers made some phenomenal plays. It was great to have Isaiah Nair back at 100%, and he certainly had an impact in the ball game. So it was a game that had all kinds of turns to it. Quite frankly, I don't know if I've ever been part of a game that has flipped as fast as what this game did. And Northern Illinois, credit to them, they believed that they could hang in there and fight, which they did. They got some things going. I thought we stubbed our toe and didn't play as well as what we could have. But the resolve of our football team to come back and finish off the game, both on the offense and defense, has really been good the last two times. Now, within the game, we needed to finish that game off much earlier, and you're always wanting more. But I'd like to credit Northern Illinois. I thought they have good players. It took them a while to get some things going. They exposed some things for us, both in all phases of the game, some things we're going to need to get corrected. We did make the game through with no injuries, so we're a healthy football team. We're excited about playing at War Memorial. It'll be an afternoon game against Ball State, who, I think is an excellent football team. Coach News, a former player there, has done a great job establishing and reestablishing the tradition that they have at Ball State. They won the MAC conference last year. Plitt is an outstanding quarterback. Coach New played quarterback. And I don't know if we faced a quarterback who's as polished and as methodical. He's always putting the ball where it needs to be put. They're a really good football team. They won the Arizona Bowl handily last year. And so it'll be a big challenge for us. And so we're hoping to have a great turnout. And at this time, I'll open it up to questions out there from our media people.
Josh, go ahead, followed by Ryan.
Coach, another game for Chad. Where would you say is the biggest area of growth you've seen for him this season?
I think the biggest thing he's been able to do is play out in space a little bit better. He's always been really decisive once he sees something. He's been really aggressive as far as with his run key and following through. He's gotten bigger and stronger. You see very rarely does he miss a tackle, and now when he makes a tackle, it's almost for no gain. But his out in space ability has improved, has changed the direction, his ability to break on passes, and he had a nice break with the interception. So I think that's the biggest area for him.
Ryan, go ahead.
Greg, I noticed that Plitt is from Loveland. Were you aware of him in high school, and how are you kind of expecting him to respond? Obviously, he didn't have the performance he wanted at Happy Valley, but a lot of quarterbacks struggle there.
Yeah, you know what? That's a tough place to play. I've coached there before, and when that place gets rocking, it's pretty intimidating. He's an outstanding player. I thought Penn State did a good job with disrupting some of the throws that they're normally able to make. But he never lost his composure. He stayed in the fight. I know he had the one pick six, but the defensive end that caught it, I don't know. I think he could be starting for an NBA basketball team for Penn State. I mean, they had some phenomenal defensive players. So a big challenge for us. We're excited about playing against good people. It'll be another big step for us. He's an excellent quarterback, and I think Coach New's just done a phenomenal job with him. He's fundamentally sound. He goes through his read progression. He's a winner, puts the ball where it needs to be. He's in and out of run checks, all those things. He's an outstanding player.
Cody, go ahead.
Great couple for you. Was the game just as stressful watching it a second time? And after watching the film, what's your assessment of what happened defensively there in the fourth quarter?
Well, I will tell you this, and this is a kind of an off-the-cuff comment. I've talked to McKinney about it. My doctor says I get cold sores when I'm under stress. If you can see right here, I've been under quite a bit of stress. So I told Doc, I said, you know what, I don't know if I have a cardiac arrest. Just let me go and bury me back in the House Cemetery in Nebraska. You know, there have been certainly some huge swings. Some of the things I think that occurred in the fourth quarter, Northern Illinois made a commitment to run the football and knocked us off the football. We had some missed gapped assignments. Their running back is an excellent runner. We've been able to contain him, but I think, you know, we got out of kilter a little bit. Now, did we lose our stinger a little bit? I would like to think that we didn't, but some parts of me think that we may have let our guard down a little bit. We still got to mature as a football team. Maybe we felt like we had the game in the bag. And once they started making some plays, we lost a little bit of our, I guess, competency as far as doing our assignments. So there's room for improvement there, Cody, and we're going to work hard at that. I think we have a hungry football team that knows, particularly on defense, that we underachieved and we need to play better.
Josh, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, seemed like Shea got a lot more action out there at linebacker this week. Is that something that we can expect more of moving forward?
Well, we really started to look at our rep count as the game got along. You know, I think we probably played Easton a little bit too much, and obviously we're trying to play Chad as much as we can. And so integrating Shea at that linebacker spot is something I think you'll see us do more now. You know, we ended up playing a lot more reps, and it was a hot, muggy day. But I think you can count on seeing Shea out there a little bit earlier in the game this week.
Ryan, go ahead.
Craig, I know it's been stressful and the cold sores and everything, but a year ago you guys weren't playing football, and Tom Berman was trying to figure out what was going on and everything with the budget. Just how has it been returning to football, returning to your routine and playing in front of fans, and just are you enjoying it even though it's been stressful?
You know, I am enjoying it. As a coaching staff and as a coach, you want to have a chance to go out and coach your guys and for them to be able to, you know, exercise their skill that they work so hard on. And it's hard to dial back. A year ago at this time, I don't think we even made a decision to play yet. We were one of the conferences that chose not to play. It's been great to have fans back in the stands. We certainly have been following the protocol, but to the players, to the coaches, to the referees and everything else, it's been great to celebrate college football. And so I'll take the stress any day. It's been super just to see our players perform.
Cody, go ahead.
Greg, I'm curious if you talked to Easton Gibbs about his little welcome to college football moment he had there in the second quarter yesterday.
Well, we always have those moments, and I think this gives us an opportunity, Cody, to improve. Sometimes I think you can have this feeling like, and I don't want to imply that we've arrived because we haven't, but we got punched in the mouth there a little bit. And if you're a competitor, which I know Easton is, we're confident he'll bounce back. He did some really good things. He knocked down a couple passes and he made some tackles, and then he got trucked on the one play, and that's part of college football, and we've got to get better at that.
Josh, go ahead.
Was the first half on Saturday really the first time that you've seen the full potential of what Bob can be in action?
Of whom can be in action?
The just offense as a unit.
Yeah, I thought Coach Polisek and the staff had done a great job dialing up some things, and we knew we had some playmakers out there, whether it be running backs. Our offensive line was man-on-man. It was great to see Isaiah. Of course, we've seen Trayton, and I think you're seeing some real maturity from Sean. And so we certainly looked explosive. I thought we were unpredictable. Maybe the opponents think that we're predictable, but I thought there was a great blend of run, pass, and play action and run, and guys were making big plays, and it was exciting to see. And I also think that Northern Illinois has got some good defensive players. They've got good team speed. They're big up front. So it wasn't like a defense that didn't have playmakers over there. So it was encouraging. We'll need to build on that this next week.
Ryan, go ahead.
Craig, obviously, Muma flashes even to the untrained eye from the press box.
Mm-hmm.
But it also seems like Asias Gandy is playing at a really high level. I know he was really good for you guys last year. Can you just describe how he's doing so far, and also just on the back end, what it was like having Rome Weber and back out there and Miles Williams coming out with a play too?
You know, I think, Ryan, we're developing some good safety play. Isaias, you're right, has been a very, very gifted player. He's particularly a strong tackler. He runs the ball really well. He's improved his pass technique, but he's a really, really strong run defender, and so it's always encouraging to have him come in there and make some plays. Rome Weber did some great things. Obviously, he saw the interception. You know, I think the ball was up in the air, and he kind of stripped it away, and then he had a tackle for loss. That was another guy that's out there making some plays. And then for Miles to come up with the interception, and that was tipped by Easton Gibbs. More and more playmakers out there, and we're going to need those guys as we get in to the heart of our schedule.
Go ahead.
Greg, are you surprised with all the talent you have at pass rush that you guys haven't been able to get to the quarterback a little more? And on the flip side, with not getting as much pressure, was it leaving the middle of the field a little wide open against Northern Illinois there for some easy catches?
Oh, I don't know if that's the case, Cody. I think you need to attribute Northern Illinois did a good job with with some of their protection. They certainly didn't leave their quarterback hanging out to dry. They protected him some. We did get some hurries. I think we had 2 sacks. We're always striving for more. We'll work on that more. It'll be important for us to get some pressure on the quarterback. Sometimes you don't get sacks. If you can make the quarterback have to move, that's certainly helpful. I thought we did that to a certain degree. However, I thought Lombardi's a big-time player. I mean, you know, we came scot-free on a blitz, and he shrugged off 2 guys. And so give some credit to Lombardi, but we'll need to generate maybe more pass rush this week.